about the energy flow, because obviously mind, body, soul, I do energy work, and, we try and incorporate energy work within the chakras as well as energy healing and things like that. And, a lot of times, as we've had this conversation before, the way people perceive their body, they see it as a separate entity from energy, from life, that it's the physical body, it's your mind, and it's your soul, and that none of those intertwine, when truly it's all connected. Our soul is weaved within the body. Our mind processes physical pain, emotional pain, even in some ways, how we look, that the way that your mind might see your body. For those that actually see these kind of pulls without understanding why it's happening, you could think that you're completely ugly and disformed, when we're all walking around like that.
And that's what's so difficult with most body work, but especially myofascial release, because I have really found it to be kind of the hub. So everything else that's out there is all excellent and very helpful, but I found MFR is the hub, because I can explain every other thing through that lens, and they all fit into this paradigm that John created. But yeah, I think so it's kind of like, poets have been spending the last 6,000 years or whatever trying to explain love, right? But you can read a sonnet, and you can talk about love, and you can all of this. You can even talk about the scientific aspects of it until you have experienced it, and then you spend the rest of your life trying to find words that are appropriate for it. So it's kind of like that. So when you experience this work, it finally goes, oh yeah, okay, totally, I understand what you mean. But up until then, it sounds, some is just, I don't know what you mean, I don't know what you're talking about. So it's hard for just words to explain it, but it can at least hopefully open someone's eyes. The second point I would make is, when I say everything is connected, and when we say everything is connected in MFR especially, I mean everything. We do make these little partitions between for you, mind, body, soul, wellness, right? We act as if these are separate things. And then we even say the mind body connection, as if it's, oh, well, now it's the connection. But meanwhile, you somehow walked across the room just with your legs. Like someone walks in a room, you know exactly how they're feeling they haven't said a single thing. So you can't tell me that the emotions and the mental state and the physical state are not intertwined. And you definitely can't tell me that, because I've experienced it. I've experienced it on the table myself. I have also experienced it multiple times, again and again and again, treating people. I see how these physical restrictions are mental blocks. They are our judgmental sides. They are the areas that close our hearts off. They are our emotional traumas. They are our physical traumas. They are all of it, because you cannot have one without the others. They're just, when I said about energy work, it's like shoveling fog. It's just because it's a different aspect of it. It's more subtle. It's more refined. But you have to get through some of the big stuff before you can get to that subtle, refined stuff. But a lot of times I think we want to be able to bypass that. People will even talk about it as in the spirituality world as spiritual bypassing. You just want to be there, because by being there means you're not here, because here means, in French, as the French say, I'm a piece of shit, right? But I don't want to be there, but where else are you going to be, right? So in a lot of ways, I think we try to bypass some of our traumas and our stuff, because we play act at, oh, well, I'm going to go and, I know a great Reiki person, and I'm going to do that. Okay. And you're also going to deal with, like, you're literally bent over and it looks like you need a walker right now. Reiki is not going to change that. Reiki can do a lot of stuff. It's not going to change that. It's not, because it's like you're trying to send electricity through that crushed copper wire. It's just not going to happen. Right. So yeah, and when I mean everything's connected, I mean it. Everything is connected.